Good. I'm Ann Matalonis, and thank you for joining this webinar this morning on the Visa MasterCard settlement opportunity for our members. We have Megan Kuzma and Matt Miller with DCap. Megan is the regional director specializing in antitrust settlements. With extensive expertise and leadership, she oversees operations within the region, guiding clients through the recovery process. She's trusted for achieving favorable outcomes. She leads a dynamic team dedicated to recovering antitrust disputes efficiently. We also have Matt Miller with DCap. He's managing the education center. He leads a team dedicated to providing exemplary customer service and support throughout the settlement process. He ensures that clients receive the assistance they need to navigate the complexities of antitrust claims with confidence. DCap is a IRMA mission partner. We do appreciate the opportunity that they're allowing us to provide to our membership to help you as members hopefully recover funds that are due to you. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Matt, and he will do the presentation.
Thanks so much for that intro. I think my ego expands a little bit every time I hear that poetry about myself. So thanks so much for that. And with that, let's go ahead and share screen. And hopefully everyone can see that. So yes, we are DCap Claims. We are a third-party filer of antitrust settlement claims, and we love our relationship with IRMA. It's been very fruitful, and looking forward to continuing that in perpetuity as long as we can. So just want to make you aware and offer our support relative to a pretty big Visa MasterCard antitrust settlement that's applicable to any business if they accepted Visa or MasterCard anytime between January 2004 and January 2019. To make you aware, for the Visa MasterCard settlement we're going to use a contingency only fee model. So that means if you don't get paid, we don't get paid. There are zero upfront costs, hidden fees, or claim minimums. It's simply a contingency, and the industry standard from what we found is between 30 and 33%. And typically our standard rate is 30%. However, we're offering a special discounted rate of 20% to IRMA members. So it's definitely a great time to file for the settlement, join forces with DCap so we can be your advocate in what essentially is an opportunity for found money. So just real quick, we like to be educators primarily opposed to strictly sales. Just a high-level overview regarding the antitrust settlement business. With that, as of 1890, federal law has since governed antitrust. Some key moments in that history were the Sherman Act of 1890 and the Illinois Brick Law precedent that was set in 1977. So interesting to note, when refunds are distributed for this Visa MasterCard settlement we'll be speaking about, it's going to be on what's referred to as a pro rata proportionate share distribution. And that means that the size of everyone's refund will be elastic and relative to the amount of Visa MasterCard dollars accepted as payments, as well as the number of people that participate. So as you can imagine, the less, the merrier in that case. And at this point in the settlement, all the money is already set aside. It's already in escrow, simply waiting to be distributed to each company that files a successful claim. So simply out there waiting and can be thought of as found money, but companies must file a claim to receive that share. So DCap, as I mentioned, we're a third-party filer of antitrust settlement claims. We are not a legal firm. We've been doing this successfully for a decade, and an important thing to note, companies can file on their own. However, the DCap solution makes the entire process minimal investment of time and resources, from filing to responding to deficiency notices to handling the communication with the claims admin. We handle all of that for you, so it's off your plate. Like a crock pot, just set it and forget it. And a reason that many don't file, they think it's going to be a difficult, time-consuming process. And this is where DCap would really step in, handle all communication, document exchange, and use our expertise to maximize your potential claim. So after filing any request for additional information from the claims administrator, we would handle that directly between your team and ours, and communicate directly with the claims admin on your behalf. I believe this has happened maybe twice in our 10-year history. In the rare event we file your claim and defend it till we're blue in the face and it's simply not accepted, resulting in no refund or payout for you, DCap would not get paid. Some juicy details about Visa MasterCard settlement. So it's claimed that they overcharge merchants regarding their interchange fees. So companies that accepted and processed Visa MasterCard payments between the applicable settlement window of January 1st, 2004 to January 25th, 2019 are eligible to file. So it looks like roughly a little over a 15-year period. So we're registering clients right now. The filing deadline is May 31st, 2024. And as anticipated, there's been an avalanche of interest from companies that we've either spoke with before or are newcomers to the DCap, understanding that we exist. And so we're making all IRMA members aware that we can get them signed up and be their advocate and maximize their claim. There's a very short window for this. It opened up in December, and again, the filing deadline is May 31st. Typically, you have 12 to 18 months. This was only 6 months. So if you're interested in filing, now is definitely the time. Some people wonder if this will affect their relationship with Visa or MasterCard. It will not. They've already settled with the courts. Funds are already set aside, and information is kept confidential between DCap claims and the claims administrator. So as you can see, throughout our near decade of assisting with antitrust settlement claims, we've amassed a large and diverse clientele. In addition to Visa MasterCard settlement, we filed claims on behalf of a recent Blue Cross Blue Shield settlement, as well as a number of food-related or antitrust settlements that are either currently ongoing or shortly on the horizon. The beauty of working with DCap is that we have a research team that researches new settlements that come down the pipeline all the time. And let's say one comes out that's relevant to your business, we would keep you in the loop and you would be easily positioned to work with us again, as there would be that element of familiarity already in place. So many people wonder, what's my refund going to be? Is this going to be worth my time? Is it worth, the staff allocation? So as we mentioned before, the settlements payout, it's going to be distributed in a pro rata proportionate share manner. And there's a number of moving variables that factor into one's final payout. And with any settlement, we can't guarantee or allude to what a refund amount will be. However, we'd like to provide you just an internal theory that we use, that we believe to be conservative, that takes some of these variables into account. Certainly not a guarantee, but we feel like it is at least a decent guide to determine whether it's worth your time. So with that, we believe that for every $1 million in Visa MasterCard payments accepted, a $400 refund increment per million is a conservative thought. So taking into account the example on the screen, a company accepts 10 million in Visa MasterCard payments annually. They do so throughout the 15-year eligibility period. So that results in roughly 150 million over that course of eligibility of 15 years. So 150 million with 150 increments of 1 million at 400 per million times 150, you're looking at $60,000 potential refund prior to DCap fee. Again, it's by no means a guarantee due to the participation rate that's impossible to narrow down. We're simply going on historical participation rates and other variables, but with all of that, when all is said and done, processing volume to refund ratio, it could be 400 per million. Conservatively, it could be 800 per million, could be 600 per million. We simply can't know for certain, but we like to under-promise and over-deliver. And the ease of getting started, just let us know you're interested in working with DCap. We have a simple 14-question intake form. A lot of it's very simple information. I'll show you just a quick screenshot. Company name, address. It's very important that we get the EIN number because that'll be the primary way in which we register your company with the claims administrator. We have meetings with them at least twice a month. So we've got a great relationship there. Some financial estimates would be appreciated. So we don't have to necessarily go strictly on what Visa or MasterCard say that they believe you to have accepted and processed throughout that time. If it is an understated amount, we can combat that and do everything we can to maximize your refund. And in the event there's a deficiency notice, we can handle that quote unquote audit process for you as well. So for those that are interested, here's our contact information. Please feel free to call us or send us an email at educationcenter@dcapclaims.com if you'd like to opt in. We'll send you our intake form. We've got a digital form. We've got a fillable PDF, all of which we'll glean the information from to issue you 2 one-page documents to sign up. And we would handle the process from there. And as the claims process churns, we'll handle all monitoring and communication and keeping you abreast if any additional documentation is requested. And with that, I know we'd love to answer any questions that you guys have that have come up. So we'll open it up to our entire DCap team. And yeah, if you have any questions or any thoughts come to mind that we can elaborate on or clarify, please feel free to lob those over. We'd love to assist.
So just to echo a few points that Matt made, with the estimate of the 400 per million, we have recently reevaluated those numbers, and we are anticipating it to be quite higher than that. At least 600 per million is our expected return right now. It's due to a variety of factors, but one of the biggest reasons is since it is paid out on a pro rata proportionate share, it's going to mean that that money is split up between participants. There is a large opt-out list. It includes some really large players in the game, such as Walmart, Target, gas stations. Taking them out of their eligibility obviously increases the pool available to other businesses that do file. So as Matt said, we do like to underpromise and overdeliver, but we are anticipating those numbers to be at least 20% higher than what we had displayed in that presentation there. Great question, Katie. So why did these big businesses opt out? The reason why those large players in the game have opted out of the settlement is they're choosing to pursue the claim independently. So basically, they're hiring a legal team to sue Visa and MasterCard for the overcharge on swipe fees and get a settlement outside of the $5.5 billion that's already been set aside. It's great news for smaller businesses such as yours because it allows that pool to be distributed to you instead of those big players in the game. But they're going to be having their own legal team go through their own proceedings for those overcharges on fees.
Excellent question and great clarification.
I think also worth noting is we've worked with well over 100 IRMA members already. And on recent review of the clients that we've signed up, we're looking at just under $2 million we've recovered for IRMA members already. I think also worth noting is we've seen some other businesses, third-party filers that have a cutoff or a limit of how much processing that they're willing to take on as clients. And we're happy to recover funds from anybody, big or small businesses. As you saw in Matt's presentation, we do work with some larger entities such as McDonald's and hotel chains. But we're happy to help, the smaller mom and pop shops, independently owned restaurants. Everybody should get their share of this settlement. It is something that you did pay into already with those overcharged fees, and it's money that you're due.
Okay, any other questions or feedback? All right, well, thank you so much for attending this webinar. We will be sending out additional information to you. I do appreciate Megan and Matt being on our call today and able to help our members with their efforts in recovering much funds that are essentially yours. I love to hear that we've had over 100 members utilizing your services so far and helping them recuperate up to $2 million. That's wonderful. I appreciate everyone's time and I hope you all have a great day.
Thanks so much,
everyone. Thank you.
Oh, wait, we have one more. Oh, thanks for reaching out. Okay, wonderful. All right, you have a great day, okay?
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.